Arena, our two teams. India, led by Captain Ajika Rahane. And joining the teams out on the field right now, come ACC match of battle to conduct our welcome to country. Pav Daria will perform the...
They are all set to go. Cheteshwar Pujara, he has fond memories of the Sydney, Australia and India. And good morning to you, Isha Guha and Mike Hussey.
His baggy green cap, but now the reality sets in. He's at this...
Does David Warner have to face Jasprit Bumrah for the first time in Test cricket, Isha Guha?
Bumrah, who has been so very good in this series so far. Will Pucovski, average at this ground, averaging over 60 at the SCG, his home ground. At the SCG, Jasprit Bumrah with a red ball in hand.
It is one fine leg and a mid-on. And that didn't quite... Some shape.
Keeping his eye all the way through.
Very compact in
the Ashes. He probably thought to himself, well, I've got to speak to Justin Langer and say, look, I want this opportunity.
And David Warner. Emotional Mike Hussey when the players were out lined up singing the national anthems.
Responsibility. One of those little milestones. I like the little touch from David Warner, a little clap as well with the bat. So well,
that very fact.
He's certainly not even close to 100% fit there.
Well, it was always going to be interesting.
Those ones into twos, the twos into threes, just with good running, it really gets his momentum going. But
right, the upper echelon of company.
It's really exciting for the future enough. They've done it through performances in Sheffield Shield cricket. Ooh. We want you bowling straight to Warner.
And centre.
Full ball for him to climb into. He wanted that bounce.
It's basically telling Warner that he's going to bowl straight, but he didn't bother. He kept bowling outside the off stump, angling. It's a huge wicket.
To the crease at number 3 for Australia. Scores of 47-6. Oh, that is right on the money too.
Positive for him. He's spent plenty of time in the middle.
First chance will boost the confidence.
Oh.
He's been doing a bit of that in the nets, hasn't he? Every time that social media lights up. Bumrah to continue. He scored 500 runs nearly. There's more
timing. But if he had have missed this, it would have been very close to LBW.
Heart racing, no doubt, still, even though he's moved to 4 for Pucovski. All right, so
well, but yeah, it must be nervous times for Will Pucovski. But he's looked composed of play.
Oh, and that's...
Was it just once?
Oh, he takes it on.
The fact that he went to Langer, it meant that just took the doubt out of...
dot board.
Bit of cloud cover. Hasn't been a lot of zip in the pitch, boys. 6 overs, 1 for 18. But Pikoski. Thick inside edge, but
some short stuff for Pikoski. They just bowled a couple of short ones to him. One he played and missed, and one he got.
there's no doubt that it's that first one you're talking.
Yeah, come on.
That's that in the gap. Siraj to continue. Got a catcher in on.
They might have had a look at it for maybe an over or two, just to see whether it is a passing shot. It is.
Pink ball sort of tour game, 3-day game. They were in and out there quite a few.
Took it early on.
So 2 changes for Australia. I think it'll be too far away.
Got those covers down in quick time.
Doesn't look threatening at all. There's scattered showers. The start of the day's play was a
Look at the bowling. I'm a big fan. He averages 97 in first innings of Test match, and we know he's hungry for big scores.
I mean, his Test career, and there it is. He's batted. He's had a bit of luck and hasn't looked in total control, but he's still managed some more on the radar. To me, by the fact that they're talking and looking at the.
If you just joined our coverage for day 1 of this 3rd Test match from the Sydney Cricket Ground, a couple of changes for us.
Throughout the series, they've lost 2 bowlers, Shami and Yadav, in the last Test match. So pace, good bounce.
I think they've got a great squad of officiating in games. And then you've got the match referee, David Byrne, which is a good sign here in Sydney.
It's right on the coast there. You see where
Play will resume. It seems like a long way away, 14 minutes.
Because teams don't really get bowled out on day 1 here.
Australia have got a great record.
But I'll tell you what drives Australia here, guys. I think the memory of Phillip Hughes, the plug, in fact, they've varied their pace. And that's the key to them. They could bowl on a road and still wave the leg glance. Yet both Tim Payne and Steve Smith both attempted.
They don't need a lot in the pitch to bowl well. It's just the subtle variations and.
Whenever you take a wicket and there's a rain delay, it's always the batsmen who've got to start again.
Well, I think we dropped 6 in Melbourne. They dropped 6 in Adelaide, so it's
so they're
down if the ball's low and coming quickly.
If you look at those drop catches, they've been on the rise and they're with the shot.
Yeah.
And I was, because I was just, you know, if it's blocked.
After a really power-packed opening, Warner gone, Pikoski looking good. Fantastic. Baggy green, you don't often see that. To me, looked a bit like one of Bodie's offsiders in point break. A little bit more in the lunch break. But he's looked good, Pikoski, his time out there.
67 on this venue. He's just, we don't need to go on and on about the stats.
Maybe a bit nerves, a bit anxious, a bit of excitement, adrenaline, and all those things.